It took 28 years to catch him, but today a serial killer in China has been sentenced to death for the gruesome murder of 11 people. Zhao Chengyong, a married man with 2 children living in the northern city of Baiyin, killed his first victim back in 1998 and his last in 2002. Kerry Allen from BBC Monitoring told me more about Zhao Chengyong.
He'd been both raping and murdering women and children. He'd first killed somebody in 1988. He became known in China as China's Jack the Ripper because a lot of his victims were dismembered. Most of the women that he targeted were dressed in red, so there was a kind of Little Red Riding Hood element to it. But yes, one of his victims was also an 8-year-old child.
So how was he caught?
He'd been living a very low-profile life. His neighbours said that he was quite quiet, he was quite subdued, he didn't really get out and speak much to the community. But it was actually his uncle that had a minor offence and was fingerprint tested. And the police recognised, because they had fingerprints from the original case, they thought, these are quite similar, and they suspected that it was a family member. So they started interrogating the family, and they suspected Gao, and they took him in August 2016.
Was it just the fingerprints, or was it the DNA from the fingerprints?
It was the DNA from the fingerprints.
So they took him in.
And he's been detained ever since. And today he's been sentenced to death. And it's been all over Chinese media. So CCTV, is the most popular broadcaster, has been showing footage from his trial. So you can see him standing up. And they've also been showing footage of one of his victims' brothers crying and saying that justice has finally been served.
And did he admit to it?
Yes, he did. The police said that he remembered every single specific instance, and he was very calm, very clear about everything that had happened in every case, and just started detailing all of the specifics.
So what happens to him now?
He'll receive the death penalty. Normally in China, this could be lethal injection, it could be the firing squad. This normally happens quite quickly, and so it could be a matter of days even that he's put to death.
Kerry Allen.